What have you spoke today thus far? Have you spoke words of positivity or have you spoke words of negativity? All right. Have you put yourself in a position where you are aware of the things that you're speaking to your friends, to your family, to your significant other? Are you really sitting down and you're listening to the words that you're saying to other people? Because this is going to be a big game changer and it's going to be a huge component on whether you are able to improve your belief system. Okay, remember, your belief system is everything. Everything you want in life is all going to come down to your ability to believe that you can get it. If you don't believe that you can get it, you won't receive it. Everything I have till this day is because I believed that I can get it. I believed that I was going to be able to travel the world. I believed that I was going to be able to earn $30,000 a month and up. All right. I believed that I was going to have a team of 2,000 people in multiple different countries. I believed those things. Okay. And because I believe them, now I'm deserving and I can attract them into my reality. And the one way that I did it, one of the ways that I did it was through the words that I spoke and the words that I heard every day. So it's important that you understand this. Okay. And remember, you don't only hear yourself, you also hear audios when you go to events, your mentors, the trainings, the books that you read as you're reading to yourself. That's all things that you hear. There's a reason why for months and for almost over 2 years now, when I'm sleeping, I fall asleep listening to personal development. Okay. When I'm in the car on my way somewhere, I have personal development playing. Okay. I'm always reading every single day. Okay. I only listen to people that have the results that I want. I have selective hearing towards certain people, but when I'm with people that have the results that I want, I take the time to really listen to them. I take the time to really understand their reasoning behind why they do what they do. And it has something that has been able to change my life because now I went from a belief system that was filled with negative, filled with limiting beliefs, filled with just so much doubt, so much fear, to now a belief system that's filled with positivity. All right. A belief system that is empowering others to lead by example as well with their careers and with their journeys. And it has absolutely changed, but it came through the consistency of the words that I spoke and the words that I heard every day. So, in order for you to really, really increase your belief in what it is that you want, make sure that from this point moving forward, you take a very, very conscious effort in what you're speaking every day and what you're hearing every day. Because remember, whatever you speak about, you will bring about. Okay. That's number one. All right. The second thing that your belief system is made up of is the images that you look at. Okay. Whatever you see in your mind, you can hold in your hands. Okay. Whatever you see in your mind, you can hold in your hands. So, what images are you looking at every day? If you would go into my room, all right, you would see my goals all over. You know exactly what I want when you walk into my room. Now, if I were to walk into your room right now, what would I see? Would I just see your bed, your nightstand, your TV, your closet, so on and so forth? And or would I go in your room or would I see your goals, you know, pasted all over your wall? Or can I walk into your bathroom and your goals are written down on your mirror? Do you have a vision board? Okay. What's your lock screen? All right. What kind of images are you looking at on a day-to-day basis? You see, because these are the things that are going to help you remember, increase and improve your belief system. All right. If you're only looking at, negative images all day and images that don't empower you and scrolling through Instagram and watching videos that don't bring any value into your life, you can't expect a life filled with abundance and freedom and all of these things that we want when you're not looking at the right images every day. Okay. If you don't have a vision board in your room that tells me what car you want, what house you want to live in, what places you want to travel to, the things you want to do for your family, then I know you're not serious about it. You gotta have something on a day-to-day basis that you can see every day, that can remind you of what you are striving and working for every day. Okay. When you walk into my room, you see my goals. Okay. You see where I'm going. You already have an idea of what it is that I want because I have it all over my room. And I remember before I actually moved out here to Miami, in Arizona, that was when it was really intense. Right now I only have it in my room, okay, because I have roommates now. But back in Arizona, I had the whole apartment, so we had it all over the house, like in the living room, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in both rooms. That we had a 2-bedroom. We even had it in the laundromat, literally. We had it all over the house because we understood that we had to saturate our minds with the images of the things that we wanted. So we had cars, Rolls Royces pasted on the wall. We had the next level in our business that we wanted to get to pasted in our rooms. We had, the houses, we had the places we wanted to travel to. We had affirmations all over. We had little sticky notes that we had pasted on the kitchen all over. I am abundant. I am successful. I am earning $10,000 a month. I am earning $25,000 a month. I am the owner of a brand new 2021 Rolls Royce. We had all of these images, all of these words all over the house. And we saturated our mind with these images and these words because we understood that whatever we were going to see in our mind consistently is what was going to be brought to our physical reality in the next coming months. And guys, I promise you this, all right? And I want you guys to really listen to what I'm about to tell you guys. When I was living in Arizona, I was living in a very nice 2-bedroom condo in Arizona. Very nice. Very grateful for it. Okay. And that was at the beginning of the year, from, about January to like about March is when I really was there. I was really there before that, but that's when I was like really there. I really officially went out there. And I was finishing up the lease there. And for those 3 months that I was there, we literally saturated our minds with nothing but, positive images of where we're going. And to think about it, I had an image of a penthouse in Miami on the beach, and now I'm living in it. And I would see it every day, and I would celebrate it every single day. Okay. I had an image of me earning $30,000 a month. Guess what? Now I'm earning that and more. I had images of having my own brand. Guess what? I have my own brand now. I have my own clothing. A lot of the images that I had pasted on my wall in that apartment in Arizona have already been brought to life and have already been brought to my reality. So what I want you all to understand is that I want you guys to take this serious. And after you guys finish listening to this podcast, don't just listen to it, okay? Don't just listen to it, but make sure that every single one of you guys actually go and apply this information, right? We talked about number one, the words that you speak and you hear, okay? Change the way that you're speaking and change the way and change the things that you're listening to, all right? But then number two, we're talking about the images now. If I were to walk into your room a week from now, am I going to see your goals pasted on your wall? Are you going to have a vision board? I want to be able to walk into your room and I'm like, okay, this person wants this car. They want to travel to this place. They want to live in this house. Okay, they want to do this for their family. They want to build schools over here. I want to be able to see your future in your room. I want to be able to see your future in your room.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if you guys are listening, but I'm over here. I'll be forgetting that I got to start the call just listening to myself. But there we are. What's up, familia? Grand Rising. Happy Thursday. It is May 1st, and it is the first day of May. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling amazing. I literally feel like everything I'm going to touch is going to turn to gold. It really is an amazing day. I mean, anytime we get a chance to start a new month, it's filled with success. It's filled with abundance. It's filled with quantum leaps. It's filled with the breakthroughs. And we are here today on a Thursday, and it is the first day of the month. God is the greatest. God is the best. He has opened the doors. The floodgates are open. The floodgates are open right now. Like, I want you guys to keep this in mind. Open your hands up, because the time has come. The time that we've been waiting for, everything that we've been praying for, everything that we asked for is here now. It's here now. And this is what it's all about. All the work that we did in January and February and March and April, it shows up in May, right? Because this is made for momentum. This is May momentum that is starting right now. You got to speak it into existence. Momentum loves speed. Momentum loves people with their hands open. Momentum is, May is the month for abundance. And you gotta make sure that your hands are open for it, guys, because we are here. But enough about that, guys. My name is Nano Torres. If this is your first time, I am the host of the Mornings with Nano Mindset calls. I've been doing these calls now for 5 years, and let me hold up, give me 1 sec. I've been doing these calls for 5 years and 10 months, 11 months. No, it's 10 months. 5 years and 10 months. So it's been an absolute pleasure that I've had the chance to do all these calls for all these years. I'm extremely blessed and highly favored at the opportunity that God has given me to use my voice to help others grow, to help others elevate their lives. So everybody that's on this call this morning, I just want to let you guys know you guys are in the right place at the right time with the right people. And if you know somebody that needs a mindset shift, if you know somebody that is looking for ways to elevate their lifestyle, make sure that they're on this call this morning. Send it out to them, because I'm telling you right now, today we're going to be talking about a very important law, which is the law of non-resistance. All right. And because this is the month of May, because this is May momentum, because every single one of you are going to get the opportunity to learn this strategy, think about what I just said we're going to talk about today, the law of non-resistance. When we talk about non-resistance, that means we're breaking through new levels. All right. There is nothing holding us back. There is nothing trying to grab us or hold us back. Like, we have no resistance. Everything is free. Everything is abundant. Everything is flowing to us. All right. But in order for you to do that, you need to understand these things. And I want to teach you guys how it is that in seasons where abundance is flowing to others, it can also flow to you, right? Put a 2 in the chat box if you too want abundance to flow to you this month. If you too want this summer to be the best summer of your life. Because in order for you to know that, and in order for you to do that, you need to understand what the law of non-resistance is. Because in life, write this down, it's flow over force. Flow over force. So I'm going to give you guys a powerful training over the next 30 minutes that's going to help you guys shift your mindset. And if you had any resistances, if you had anything that was holding you back, if you had any weight on your shoulders, I'm going to teach you guys how to remove that weight, how to break your resistances, and how to receive all the blessings that are already meant for each and every single one of you guys. All right. So today's training at the top of your paper is called the law of non-resistance, flow over force. All right. And I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to apply how to apply this law to your life on a day-to-day basis. Now, from this point moving forward, I'm going to start training. So 30 minutes, give me your full undivided attention, number one. Number two, I want to make sure that you guys take notes. And then number three, listen with the intention to apply and participate with me in the chat. I love participation. I love to see that you guys are locked in with me and that you guys are also paying attention. So if I ask a question, if I ask you to type a yes or no, whatever it is, just stay active in the chats, because that's how we keep this call active, live. Everybody's excited and we're all ready to go, right? So I'm gonna be talking about the 4 ways that you can apply the 4 ways that you can apply the law of non-resistance in your life. All right. So if we're all ready, put a 4 in the chat if you guys are ready to learn today. Let's see who's ready. There we go. Rosabel's ready. Sophia's ready. Alyssa's ready. Bossy Bills is ready. Latierra's ready. Regina's ready. Anaya Jr., Claudia, So many of you guys already. And you know what I'm going to say right here, real quick? I've realized that a lot of the following and the people that jump on Mornings with Neno, it really is my same core group. Like, honestly, I look in the chat and I feel like it's every day the same group right here. Like, I see all of you guys that I just mentioned. I always see my brother Devin in here. I always see you, Natasha. Ricardo's always in here with me. My sis Shirley's here. Diana Q's always here with me. You know, Alasia, Crystal, Madeline's always here. Natavia, you're always here with me. Rosie's always locked in with me. Zion's here. Luce is always here. Crystal. Like, I look in the chat and it's always those same, I think it's like 20 or 30 of you that are like faithful here. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm so grateful that you guys are always locked in, learning. And it makes me feel extremely grateful because I know that if no one else was to show up, you guys will always be here with me through the whole entire process. And I think it's so dope to have that small group of people that ride with you. So for you guys that ride with me every single day through the good, through the bad, through the cold times, through the good times, you guys are real ones, for real, because I could only imagine y'all notebooks. Y'all notebooks must be filled with wisdom. You guys could probably sell them for books, honestly, like at this point. You guys could probably start selling books, and you guys got trainings for life, honestly. Like, you guys could go build successful teams and organizations based off of all the trainings I've given you guys. So that's awesome, man. There's nothing better than having real people by your side. So I appreciate you guys. God bless you all. All right, so let's get started with today's call. So the 4 ways to use the law of non-resistance. Number 1, let's talk about this. Write this down. Whatever you resist, persist. All right. Whatever you resist, persist. One more time. Whatever you resist, comma, persist. Now, what does this mean? All right. You got to remember that whenever you fight against something, whether it's a person, a situation, or a feeling, you give it power. Resistance creates friction. So instead of resisting negativity, fall in love and understand and have faith and alignment that everything is going to work with you. Stop feeding problems with energy. The thing is, remember, whatever we resist, whatever we continue to give energy to, you give it power. It persists. It keeps going. So when we think about negative things in our lives, remember, we're thinking about how to let go of the lid. When we think about the negative things in our life, people, situations, or even a feeling, the more you give it power, the more it grows, the more it persists. All right? That's what ends up happening. This is why when things are happening in my life that I don't want to happen, or something negative, I don't give it energy. Because remember, where energy goes, sorry, I forgot how, somebody remind me how that saying goes, where energy flows, intention, something like that. There's a saying, I can't remember it off the top of my head. I know somebody in here could tell me. But it's important that you understand that, because negativity is around us at all times. We have situations, we have circumstances. All right, so here we go. Sorry about that. I don't know why that happened, but I got to get that fixed, because so we got to keep this in mind, right? So resistance is created. Resistance creates friction, right? And because we focus on something, it grows, right? Remember, that's how it works. So if you focus on something enough, it grows. So we got to understand, and we got to become aware of, what are we giving focus to? Are we focused on the abundance, the blessings, the gratitude, the things that are working out in our lives? Or are we focusing on the things that are not working on in our lives? Are we focused on the people that did us wrong? Are we focused on our lack of money? Are we focused on the job that we don't like? What are we focused on? Because whatever we focus on grows. And some of the time, what's happening is you're focusing on the wrong thing. And because you're focusing on the wrong thing, you have naturally placed a resistance in your life. You have naturally placed a resistance in your life. Because guess what you're doing? You're focused on the wrong things. So the energy that's around you is bad energy, is resistance energy. And because you keep focusing on it, it's continuing to persist. So you got to learn how to change the energy around you. You got to remember, guys, we are spiritual beings having human experiences. And every thought that we have, every emotion that we feel, it emits waves of energy into the universe, into our world. That's how you can feel vibrations. You ever walk you ever been in a room somewhere and somebody with bad energy walks in and you immediately feel it? Why you think that is? How is it that somebody can walk in a room and we could all be there and somebody cannot say anything and you can feel that they have bad energy? You know why? Because the saying says your energy will introduce you before yourself. Your energy introduces you before anything else. So if somebody walks in right now, if we were all in the room and somebody was to walk in with bad energy and we all have good energy, immediately all of us would feel it, especially the women in the room, because they have a higher level of intuition and they just feel more, right? That's why it's good to have women in your business. That's why I love having women in my business, because they see who the snakes are before the snakes reveal themselves. They just have this they just have this good intuition of, nah, Nano, he's not it. He's not it, bro. Can't trust him. And I'm like, I'm always, what's the funniest part? I'm always giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, nah, bro, nah, he's good people. You crazy? Like, nah, I think you're overlooking it. They're like, just be careful, just be careful. And then you know what's the craziest part? They're always right. Always right, man. Always right. Like I told you he wasn't who he said he is. And then later on down the road, I'm like, damn, you were right this whole time. And it's happened so many times that nowadays when I get told not to believe or trust or be careful with somebody, I right away just know that's it. Because it's like I have been proven wrong so many times by the women in my life when they tell me, yo, Nano, don't trust that guy. Don't trust this person. They're not who they say they are. And I'm always like, nah, sis, you crazy. I think you overthinking it. That's my brother. He's good. He's going to be good with us. And then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, a month later, 3 months later, 6 months down the road, they betray me. They turn their backs on me. They do something snaky. And then they come around and tell me, te dije, right? I told you. But you don't listen to me. So, but where does that come from? It comes from energy. All right. It comes from the energy that people put out. This is so important, guys. This is so important. Remember, when think about it like this. When you're going through something, think about it. There's people in your life that know when you're going through something because of the energy that you're putting out. The energy that you put out, people feel it. Because remember, it's all thoughts and it's all in your heart as well, your emotions. Even though whether or not you can feel, whether you can't see it physically, right? You can't see energy physically, but you can feel it. So if I'm feeling negative, if I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling some kind of envious energy, whatever it is that I'm feeling, I'm emitting that, right? I emit that. That's the energy I'm putting out. So naturally, anybody can feel that. What I'm saying is get rid of any kind of bad energy and only have good energy flowing through you. Because when you are vibrating in low vibrational energies, like I talked about to you guys last call with the emotional guidance scale, you're attracting more of that energy. So it's important that this month, especially the month of May, you're only vibrating high energies, high energy of joy, love, gratitude, empowerment, freedom, positive expectation. I want you to live in the positive expectation that everything is going to work out for you, that everything that you're going to touch is going to turn to gold, that all your bills are going to be paid, that money's going to flow to you, that negativity doesn't exist anymore in your life. I want you to start vibrating these levels, these emotions, these thoughts. I want you to get rid of the thoughts of lack of money. I want you to get rid of the thoughts of things that are not working out for you, the bills, the person that did you wrong. I want you to throw all of that to the side for this month. And I want you to only focus on high vibrational thoughts, emotions, and energies that are going to allow you to attract what you want. This is important. This is what's going to help you guys really attract the success into your life. Because let me tell you something. Right now, at this very moment, the mailman is in town. The mailman is in town. Nano, what do you mean by that? The mailman is in town. Well, there's other people receiving their blessings. There's other people receiving their mail. There's other people receiving abundance. There's other people right now in the same area that we're in the same neighborhood that we're in. They're receiving it. Make sure that your mailbox is open to receive. Because the thing is, if you have resistance in your life, your hands are going to be closed. That was one of the most valuable lessons my mentor taught me in 2019. I remember him telling me, he said, Nano, I love you, bro. You know, I have a lot of respect for you, but what I'm about to tell you is something I don't want you to take personal. And I remember I took a Made for Miracles. That's the one right there. And I remember him telling me this, and I said, okay, what do you mean by that, bro? So I was like, what do you have to tell me? He asked me this question. This is when I knew it was about to get real. He said, do I have your permission to make you uncomfortable? And I'm like, yeah, of course. What's up, bro? Like, spill it, like, what do you mean? Of course you have my permission to make me uncomfortable, but now I'm scared. He's telling me this. And then he proceeds to tell me, he's like, Nano, like I said, bro, I love you, but I want to let you know, bro, that your hands are closed. And I sat there and I'm like, my hands are closed. And I look at my hands and I'm like, I mean, what do you mean my hands are closed? He said, let me ask you a question. If your hands are closed and if God throws you a blessing, can you catch your blessing with your hands closed? And I was like, nah, I can't catch my blessing with my hands closed. He was like, how will you be able to catch your blessings? I said, if my hands were open. He said, exactly. He said, you see, God has been doing his best to throw you a blessing, but your hands have been closed this whole time. And I'm like, wait, but how do I know what determines my hands being closed and my hands being open? He said, it all comes down to your emotions, how you feel. Your energy lately has been very negative. You've been very stressed. You've been very, you've been thinking in negative terms, and you've been filled with anxiety, negative expectation. You're just in this energy right now. You're always thinking about lack. All I hear you talk about is the lack of money, the lack of people joining your business, the lack of opportunity. You're always thinking about this. You have low energy right now. You have low vibrations right now. So when you in low vibrations, your hands are closed. So the mailman can be in town to give you what you deserve, but because your hands are closed, you'll never be able to receive it. He said, Nano, open your hands. Wake up every day. Feel amazing about the life that you have. Yes, I know you may be struggling with bills. Yes, I know that this is happening in your life and you may not be where you want to be at today. But bro, you can't control that yet. What you can control is how you wake up feeling every day. And I said, wow. He said, wake up every day and start feeling better. Feel good now. Start living in the positive expectation that your business is going to grow, that money's going to flow into you, that everything is just going to happen for you. I want you to live in that positive expectation. And guess what? My hands started to open up. I was like this, and just slowly, my hands started to open up. And the next time that God and the mailman was in town, My hands were open to receive because my heart was also open because of the energy that I was putting out. I had good, positive, abundant energy in my life. So because I was vibrating that, I can only attract that. You understand what I'm saying? I was attracting it into my life. This is important because remember, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Are you a positive, blessed, and abundant individual? Or are you a negative, stress filled with anxiety individual? Whatever you are is what you will attract. So, what are you resisting right now? Let it go. Let go of all the bad energy in your life, guys. You know that every negative thought that you have is emitting a signal to the world. Every time you have a negative thought, that's a signal that you're sending out, guys. I need you to understand this stuff. Every time you think of negative, anything negative, your lack of bills, your lack of this, your lack of money, the lack of people not joining your business, anytime you doubt yourself, anytime you think of fear or anything, that's all emitting a signal. That's emitting a signal. So whatever you send out, whatever you give out, you receive. These are the laws. So if you're giving out this energy, you're going to receive that energy. That's how you know, based off of the things that are happening in your life, that's how you know what seeds you're planting. Because the thing is, if I plant a seed of a specific fruit, let's say if I plant a mango seed, I'm not going to get an apple tree. Okay. I planted a mango seed, so I'm going to get a mango tree. I'm not going to plant a specific seed and get something else. That's not how it works. So if negative things are happening to you, it's because that's the energy that you're putting out. If you're having situations in your life that are stressing you out, it's because you're putting out stress energy. You got to keep this in mind. You got to know this. You got to be aware of this. Whatever you put out, you receive. No matter what. These are laws. You see how the law of gravity states whatever goes up, what happens? If it goes up, what has to happen? In the law of gravity, what does it state? The law of gravity states what? What goes up must come down. Right? So if I throw this up by law, right? By law, every time. You see how that works every single time? It don't just stop and stays in the air, right? You see how the law of gravity states everything that goes up must come down. Oops. Everything that goes up must come down. It's the same way that the law of giving and receiving works as well every time, like clockwork. Everything you give out, you receive. Now, how do I know what I'm giving out? Well, what are you receiving? What have you been receiving this year? Have you been receiving abundance, blessings, grace, all these great things? Or have you been receiving negativity, doubt, fear, so on and so forth? You are the signal. You are the energy. So based off of what you are vibrating will determine what you attract into your life. If there's not abundance right now in your life, if there's not abundance and all these amazing feelings that you can feel, joy, all this is because that's not what you're vibrating. If you're not experiencing things in your life that bring you abundance, that bring you gratitude, that bring you freedom, love, that means you're not putting enough of that energy out there. That is the reality of it. That's what my mentor always told me. He said, you determine a person's life by their fruit. Because by their fruit, you know what they planted. What's your fruit right now? So number one is whatever you resist, you persist. But listen to number two. It says, flow with life, don't force it. Flow with life, don't force it. Using force against you to your advantage. What do I mean by that? Well, when challenges arise, don't panic, pivot. When people attack and things happen in your life, don't react, remain calm. Power is found in staying centered while everything around you is chaotic. Nano, what do you mean by that? The law of rhythm. Law of rhythm. Learn, right? While the rhythm of your life is happening, right? So think about like a picture of the flow of life happening. You got to stay calm. You got to stay leveled. Because remember, guys, those are the laws of life. We can't escape them. We can't escape them. So when things are up, amazing. When things are down, even better. When things are up, amazing. When things are down, even better. You know what my mentor once told me? He said, Nano, how you handle the lows will determine how high you go next. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I've ever received in my life was that right there. He told me, Nano, how you handle the lows will determine how high you go next. That was brilliant because what he was explaining to me, he was like, Nano, think about life. Life is filled with ups and downs, right? He said, but if you want newer highs in your life, it's all going to come down to how you handle the lows that happen in your life. He said, if you handle the lows poorly and you let the lows get the best of you and you're negative and you're stressed and you're letting the lows determine your reality, then what's going to happen is next time you go high, you're just going to go a little bit back up to where you once were. You're going to get a little glimpse of it. And then eventually you're going to go back down. And a lot of people kind of stay stuck in these zones for very long periods of times, which is moments of high abundance, boom, 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 and then back down to the lows. And they just experience it. And it's almost like they're stuck in the zone. In trading, actually, it's called consolidation, right? Where you're kind of stuck in this area of your life where you have moments of good experiences and good things, but then you have more lows. All right. And your life is just moving sideways, like Danielle said. You're just kind of not moving sideways. You're not moving vertically. And the reason for it is because you're not handling your lows properly. He said, handle your lows properly. Find a way to look for the lessons in the lows. Look for a way to look at the lows as a positive, as a blessing, as a gratitude, as a time to practice gratitude, as a time to work on yourself. Don't be the person that when the lows come, you stop working. Be the person that when the lows come, you're reading more, you're studying more, you're praying more, you're doing more, because that's what's going to make you deserving for a new high. That's what's going to break through all the resistances in your life because you were able to handle a low properly. Learn to handle the lows properly and watch what happens later. When all of us learn to handle the lows properly, the higher highs in our life are going to be absolutely incredible. I promise you that. But we got to understand the flow of life. That's what he's saying. Life is going to happen. We're going to have abundance, but guess what? Then there's going to be times where we'll get challenged. We're always going to be challenged, guys. That's life. Difficulty mixed with opportunity. That's life. There's no way around that. Opportunity mixed with difficulty. We're going to have great opportunities. We're also going to have difficult opportunities. That's the way of life, guys. There's really no way around it. You just got to learn how to flow with life. It takes time, though. I will tell you guys, it takes time. All my friends, my closest friends, they all make fun of me because I have this thing that I say that it's not my reality. And like, for example, we could be going through the worst thing in the world, and I'm like, it's not my reality. Everything works in my favor. I know that even this right now that's happening is going to end up working out in my favor. I just have this trust and this faith in God that. And they're like, Nino, you're delusional, bro. And they low key get frustrated with me, right? They get frustrated with me because they think sometimes I'm too unrealistic. And they're like, yo, Net, like, because you going, when somebody's going through it, sometimes you want the person to go through it with you, but then I'm there, I'm the happy guy, I'm the happy one, and I could be going through the end of the world could be ending, and I'm like, it's not my reality, man. In my reality, everything is working out for me. I love life. Everything flows to me, and so on. And I love that. And I love it. And people laugh and sometimes get frustrated, but hey, it's not my reality. It's not my reality. And when I started doing that, when I was living in my house back in New York, because I learned that you can't accept certain things. Remember, everything is all about what you accept and what you reject in life. So I was very good at accepting. So give you guys an example. I would go into like a 5-star restaurant, or I would go to my mentor's house that is a millionaire, or I would be driving in a nice car, and I would sit there and I'd be like, this is my reality. This is my reality. I live like this every single day. I eat at 5-star restaurants. I drive the most beautiful cars. I live in the most beautiful locations. I pay for the bill. I take care of things. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then there's times that I'm back in the hood and I wake up, I turn the lights on, cockroaches scatter. This is not my reality. This is not my reality. I walk into my building, there's a homeless person right in front of it. This is not my reality. This is not my reality. Right? There's certain things that I don't accept into my reality. This is not my reality. This is not. The lack of money is not in my reality. Bro, I'm telling you, it's worked so much for me. I've learned how not to stress myself out, because guess what? At the end of the day, it's all about what you choose and what you choose to reject or accept. I only accept abundance. I only accept joy, freedom, wealth, opulence, godly energy. That's all I receive. I reject negativity. I reject stress. I reject anxiety. I reject doubt. I reject fear. I reject anything that doesn't align with the reality that I am living in my mind. I reject those things. You need to understand this. I reject those things are not part of my reality. Chaos and the things that work, the things that end up being so thing. I understand this stuff, guys. I know that if I put focus on things that I don't want to happen in my life, I'm going to keep attracting them. So when bad things are happening around me, it's not my reality. And you know what ends up happening? Next thing you know, they disappear out of my reality, while other people stay stuck in the same place. For example, and I'm going to knock on wood. You know what somebody taught me as well? Next time you feel you're going to get the cold, look at what people do when you're about to get sick. Think about what people do when they're about to get sick. They start to speak it. My mentor once told me, he said, Nano, a disease cannot exist in a body until it exists in the mind. So for the last 5 years at least, and God protect me, my immune system is strong. No diseases exist in my body. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For the last 5+ years, my body has been operating at the highest health possible. Because anytime I feel any type of cold, little scratching of the throat, anything, I don't affirm I'm getting sick. I don't feel good. I don't ever affirm that. Never affirm that. Never. You will never hear me affirm I am getting sick. I'm feeling under the weather. You know what I do? Once I start feeling it a little bit, I go hit the sauna. I start talking to myself. I am healthy. My body is healthy. No diseases exist in my body. My immune system is strong. I'm so grateful for my immune system. My immune system fights off all bacteria and diseases that could potentially harm my body. You know what I go do? I go sit in the sun. I go sit in the sun. Thank God I live in Florida. And I open my arms up. I sit in the sun and I let the sun literally heal me. And I literally feel like the intention of the rays of the sun healing my body and killing anything in my body that is not in alignment with the way that I'm operating. I'm always healing. I'm always feeling good. And guys, for the last 5 years, I can tell you guys, truth be told, I have not been sick or received a cold or anything like that. I've had maybe little sniffles, but ever since I learned that, I haven't been sick ever. And it's not jinxing it, nothing like that. It's just the simple fact that I take care of my mind. If a disease cannot exist in my body until it exists in my mind first. And I remember when I used to get sick, it was because I would speak it into existence. The moment I felt any little thing, oh man, I'm getting sick, bro. Everybody that would call me, yo, I'm feeling sick right now. I'm sick, man. Damn, this, Everybody that would call me, everything, I was thinking about it. Boom, boom, boom. And then now it's the energy. My body feels the energy. Think about what I am affirming. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, what I was speaking ended up happening. But every time I've had that happen with me, I've always rejected it. It's not my reality. Exactly. What you focus on grows. And I'm not saying that's the key. And I'm not saying that we are unimmune to these kind of things, because obviously anyone can still get it and it's part of it. But I'm telling you right now, I've rejected myself from getting sick or any of those things for years now by just practicing the simple strategy of using my mind. It's not my reality, Melita. It's not my reality. And it leads to what I'm talking about. Point number 3. Use words and thoughts as weapons of peace. Use words and thoughts as weapons of peace. This is so important. When you're going through tough times, this too shall pass. I walk in divine flow. Your inner world creates your outer reality. Speak light into your darkness. Don't try to fight fire with fire. Speak light into your darkness. Because remember, guys, we are the light. We are the light. That's why everything that you speak is so important. Especially at the beginning. I remember waking up in the mornings. You know what I used to do? The first thing I would do, I don't have it right here. The first thing I would do when I woke up, instead of grabbing my phone, you know what I did? I used to grab my gold card and I used to read it to myself. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning this amount of money through multiple streams of income. Thank you, God. It is done. This is the first thought in my mind. I'm brushing my teeth and I'm reading it. Brushing my teeth, reading my gold card, repeating it to myself, looking in the mirror. I believe in you, Nano. You're strong. You're successful. You're wealthy. Doing my mirror work, speaking positive energy to myself, practicing gratitude, getting down on my knees, giving glory and thanks to God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Imagine starting your day filled with love, gratitude, abundance, because you're speaking to yourself and you're only speaking abundance. The words, they have vibrations, right? Start talking. Look, if you start talking, you feel the vibration. If you put your 2 fingers right here and you start to speak, you could feel the vibration that your voice creates when you speak. So the words that you speak have power. So what you speak, remember what I said, what you're receiving is a reflection of what you're speaking. The other day, I was driving, and I remember telling the person that I was driving with, I'm like, yo, we're going to find a parking spot right in front. Trust me, I know everything always works out for me. We're going to get there, and there's going to be a parking spot right in front. I have no doubt, no fear, no nothing. Let's go. Don't even worry about it. Just like that, as I pull in, somebody's pulling out. It was literally like if it was almost like if I was watching it from the top, and I basically was like, okay, let me move this car out of the way and let me make sure that it's because I speak with so much conviction. I speak with so much certainty because I've done this so many times and it has worked so many times. Remember, Tia, it happened in Tulum. Tia witnessed it firsthand. She was like, bro, this is crazy. But it's because of the certainty that I speak with, because there's been so many times that I've done it that it has worked so many times that I just look up and I be like, you know what, God, thank you so much. Almost as if it's magic. It almost feels like a magic trick because I speak the right words. I speak the right words. I'm always creating my reality. Guys, we are creators. We always got to keep that in mind. We are the most powerful beings in the world. We have God-given abilities. You got to keep remembering this. We have God-given abilities. We have the ability to create. We have the ability to heal. We have the ability to do so much. We have the ability to do so much, but we don't use our God-given abilities. We're not using them. We can use them a lot more than we are. The thing is that the world is too distracted and we haven't been able to see what we're capable of because we're distracted with our phones. We're distracted with the media. We're distracted with social media. We're distracted with work. We're distracted. Remember, guys, that's the point of this whole situation here. We gotta remember, guys. I can't even say this too loud. But we got to remember the whole goal of whoever runs the show here is control. They don't want you to know what you're capable of. They don't want you to create. They want you to just follow suit. That's it. Here, let me give you a job. Let me give you a salary. Pay these taxes. Live here. And live your life. And that's it. Let us control everything. You just follow suit. They don't want competition. They don't want people to know what people are truly capable of. Majority of the world doesn't even know what they're capable of, bro. Do you understand that? Majority of the world doesn't even understand how any of this works. They're already programmed. It's already too late for some people. They can't even imagine seeing themselves outside of the life that they're living. It's a trap. It's a legit trap. If you actually think about it, it's a trap. The whole setup is a trap. From the food you eat to the places you live to the financial system, all of it is a trap to keep you under control. Family, you guys need to wake up and wake your people up. So sad to think that people will live their whole lives and never tap into this. Connor, you know what's a sad part? That it's happened to some of our parents, bro. My parents were part of the trap. They didn't know any better. They didn't know any better, bro. Majority of people around us have fallen into the trap already. And you know what's the thing? They're in prison, but in their mind. This is the reality, guys, of the life that most people around us are living. Most people don't even know that they're living in a prison in their mind. You guys ever heard the story of Houdini? The story of Houdini. He's a master magician. Crazy story. Let me tell you guys this story. Houdini was this guy who was a master magician. And what he was doing was he was traveling the world, locking himself in max security prisons and breaking himself out. That was part of his magic trick. He would lock himself in maximum security prisons, all right? And then he would break himself out. And he was on tour, going to the most amazing high security prisons that anybody could imagine. Listen to this. So he's doing this tour, and there's one place he goes to. he says, but this, he goes to this one place and he's like, yo, lock me into this one. Everybody's saying, yo, this is the most max security prison. Nobody has ever broken out of this one. What people don't know is that Houdini is a master locksmith. A locksmith is somebody that is basically an expert at breaking locks, right? So he goes into this. The only thing is that the only trick is that he's allowed to walk in with his clothes. That's the only thing. As long as he's able to walk in with his clothes, he's good. What people don't know is that the belt that he has on, it has a tool that allows him to pick locks. So long story short, you know, he goes to this max security prison. He got everybody there, the whole thing. And, you know, they throw him into the prison cell. They close the door behind him and he starts to work. So right away, he takes off his belt. He takes out the little piece and he starts working on the door, working on it, going around, working on it. 10 minutes pass. He still can't open it. An hour passes. He still hasn't been able to open it. This is the longest that he's ever taken with any door. 2 hours pass. 3 hours pass. 4 hours pass. And he still hasn't been able to open it. Okay. And he's sweating profusely. He's so exhausted. He's been trying to unlock this door for 4 hours. And from exhaustion, he just falls and he's like, boom. And he falls against the door. And guess what happens? The door springs wide open. The police officers forgot to lock the door. The door was open the whole time. But he was under the impression that it was locked. So he was trying to unlock a door that was already unlocked. That's why he couldn't unlock it. What is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that we are living in a prison in our minds that we created, that at any time, all we have to do is open the door and we're free. All we have to do is open the door and we're free. That's the truth. But sometimes we create these prisons in our minds with the things that we think about, the things that we focus on, the negativity, the doubt, the fears, the this. Open the door, guys. That's it. Life is meant for all of us to win. Is it going to be hard? That's why I do these calls. Somebody asked me the other day, he's like, yo, Neno, why you do these calls every day? Because I need people to know that I'm on the journey with you. Guys, think about it. You guys, there's days that some of you don't hop on. I'm still here. There's weeks that some of you guys don't hop on. There's people that are on this call that haven't hopped on Mornings with Nano for years and think, guess what? I'm still here. Because I want people to know, yo, no matter what's happening in life, I know that I can always count on Nano to be there on Mornings with Nano at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. So if I'm ever lost, I'm ever confused, I ever need a source of inspiration, I ever need anything, I know that I can hop back on Mornings with Nano at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, and he's going to be there giving me the sauce, teaching me the training, giving me that inspiration, waking me back up again, and doing what is required. I'm telling you. I want people to know that they have somebody with them on this journey. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people on this journey that don't have nobody to look up to, nobody to trust, nobody to believe in, nobody that's reliable, nobody that's there. But you know you can count on Nano. You know Nano's going to be there Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. I've been doing it for the last 5 years and almost 11 months. The only time I ever miss these calls is because of travel. Only possible way I'll ever miss a Mornings with Nano. I've been sick. I've been under the weather. I've been stressed. I've been heartbroken, whatever it is. And I've jumped on Mornings with Nano. Never missed it, no matter what. Never. Because I know that people need me. I know that people are counting on me. I know that there's individuals out there that wake up lost, wake up confused. There's people that woke up today. They had no idea what they were going to do. They probably were filled with negative thoughts. Now they're on this call and they're learning, yo, I got to stop thinking negative. I gotta stop thinking the way I'm thinking, because Nano just said that whatever I focus on is going to grow, that whatever I'm receiving in my life is because of what I'm giving out. It's so important. And then last but not least, point number 4, because I've been talking too much today. Number 4 says, non-resistance unlocks miracles. Letting go is not weakness. It's a portal to receive. When you stop resisting what is, you open yourself to what can be. Ooh, write that one down real quick. That's the one right there. When you stop resisting what is, comma, hold up, I said it wrong. Yep. When you stop resisting what is, comma, you open yourself to what can be. Make sure you write that one down, because that's the one right there. When you stop resisting what is, you open yourself to what can be. La Tierra, number 4 is non-resistance unlocks miracles. Miranda said earlier, this is made for miracles. Put a 555 in the chat if you're expecting miracles in May. Like my sister Miranda said earlier, if you're expecting miracles, if you're expecting amazing things to happen for you in the month of May, put a 555 in the chat, because I'm expecting miracles. When you stop resisting what is, you open yourself to what can be. Yo, it is what it is. I'm open to what is, to what can be. You know what can be? You can be, do, or have anything you want in life. You can be, do, or have anything you want in life. And that's the reality. And I want you to accept that into your reality. I can be, do, or have anything I want in life. You just got to become the person deserving of those things. Solutions, opportunities, breakthrough flow when you're no longer emotionally entangled with the problem. It's the key. Divine order is established in your mind, your body, and your soul. God is in your side. Live your life filled with faith and peace and understanding that everything, every step that you take is guided and anointed. When you get to that level, when you have what's called not confidence, but Godfidence, when you get to the level that you're operating from a God consciousness and you have that Godfidence and you just have that trust and that faith and that belief that literally everything that happens in your life is working out for you and that you're creating the reality that you want and that nothing that is outside of that reality can't come in. When you start to live your life as you're the painter, you're the artist, you're the author, and you know that you are and you accept it, I'm telling you guys, this year you're going to have the biggest year of your life when you learn to embrace that aspect of your life. Some of us have not stepped into that enough yet. We haven't stepped into that enough. We've been living in the victim mindset, in the why this is happening to me. Why am I struggling? That's the victim mentality. That's the victim reality. I need you to step into your creator reality. Your creator reality where you create the life that you want, where you only speak positivity, where you only do things and take actions like the person that you want to be. Because remember, like I said, you can be, do, or have everything and anything that you want in life. Everything. Every single thing. But you got to have Godfidence. You need to trust and believe. Right now, the book that I'm reading is called Slow Burn. It's by my pastor, Don Cherie Wilkerson. And the whole thing about life is when you ask for something, there's going to be a waiting period. Ask for something and have the confidence and the belief that it's going to happen for you. And you don't even know how. You think, I want you guys to think about this. I told God, this is what I want this year. This is what I want this year. I had no idea how I was going to get it. I put it out there, and now naturally God is connecting me with all the right people. He's putting me in all the right rooms. He's putting all the right situations, all the right circumstances in my life because I let it go and I just trusted him. Even the challenges that I'm currently going through right now, I'm currently going through challenges, guys. Even the challenges that I'm currently going through, I accept them as blessings in my life. I'm like, God, what a blessing you have blessed me with. Thank you so much. It's not even a stressful moment for me right now. I have zero stress right now, zero worry, zero doubt, zero fear. And I'm dealing with challenges right now, as we speak right now. I'm in a transition period, right? I don't know if you guys saw my post yesterday, but I've officially resigned from the company that I was with for 7.5 years. Do you guys understand that that was one of my main sources of income, which means I completely lost all my income, my educator income and my business owner income? And I'm as calm as anybody can be. As calm as anybody can be, that's me. I let it go and I put it in God's hand because I don't have no fear. I don't have no doubt in his plan. I live my life in faith and trust. You know how amazing that feels? Back then, I would have been freaking out. I would have been freaking out back then. I would have been like, yo, I just lost all this, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I'm not. Whew. Life is good, baby. God, you take the wheel. I'm just following your plan. Because I know I'm protected, bro. I know I'm protected. I'm not really worried about any of that stuff. I go to an event last night. My sister Melita, I think she's still on this call. She does this event here in Miami. It's called Epic Talks. And she does these events basically where she brings together all top entrepreneurs in Miami together. And yesterday, the guest speaker was somebody that gets paid to speak. So I go to this event. Obviously, I'm always there to support, and I love going to events. And this guy is literally telling people how people need to use their voices to speak and how he has a strategy and all these things. And I'm just sitting there and I'm sitting in the front. I'm watching this. I'm getting the full experience. And I'm watching this guy literally sit there and tell me how I am not making enough money from what it is that I do. And I'm like, yo, he is so right. He is so right. I'm not leveraging the fact that I have such a big community, such a powerful voice. God has blessed me in so many ways. I'm grateful for the impact I've been able to make, but I could be making $250,000, $500,000 a year extra just from speaking. And he offers this amazing thing at the end, and I'm like, I purchased it. But here's why I say that. God connected me with Melita. She's a God-driven Christian woman. Melita now is a part of my life. She's also in her divine walk. So now she is also on this walk with me because we're on the same purpose to build the kingdom. So naturally, think about it. Because I'm on this vibration, like I said, God will put the people in your life, the situations and the circumstances in your life for everything to align to what it is that you want. I wish I could grab my journal right now and you could see at the beginning of the year, one of the first things that I wrote down as my desires for the year was I wanted to become an international public speaker that got paid a lot of money to do what it is that I love. And look at how God has connected me with the people to make it happen. There's 111 people on the call. It's May 1st. It was 11:22. Everything is alignment. Everything always works out. When you vibrate, when you put out the energy, you receive it. I put that out at the beginning of the year. And just yesterday, April 30th, I got connected with somebody that can help me. Guys, that's how it works. This is how it works, fam. I'm telling you, I see God work in my life all the time. And especially when I meet somebody that is leading with him as well, I know that is him. That's when I know that it's him for real. Because he connects me with people that are also on the same path, that are also on the same walk. And I'm like, there he is. I see you, God. I see you working, baby. I see you working, because he's connecting me with godly people. So there's no confusion, right, Rosie? There is no confusion. It's just like, I know it's him. I know it's him. It's like there's just no confusion. There's no doubt. There's no fear. I just know that it's him. And I just give him all the praise and all the glory, because I just know that every step that I take is divinely protected and aligned and anointed, because I have that trust. I've built it over time, because this is what I speak. This is what I believe. This is my reality. That's how you live with no resistance in your life, guys. So with that being said, I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. This call was supposed to be over at least 30 minutes ago. I wanted to make it a little bit shorter today, but it went a little bit longer than usual. But we still got 200 people on the call active right now, which is absolutely amazing. So I appreciate you guys. But I wanted to share that with you guys, because the same way I can speak it, the same way I can think it, the same way I can feel it, we can all do the exact same thing. Who needed to hear today's message? Put a 111 in the chat if you needed this message today. Because at one point, I realized that I've been talking for more than an hour. And I was like, wait, Nano, these calls are supposed to be like 45 minutes, like I'm only supposed to do these for 45 minutes. We got like an hour and 12 minutes on this call. So I do apologize for going over, but this is what God put in my heart to share with all of you guys here today, because it is May 1st. It is made for miracles. It is made for miracles. Speak what you want. Live in the abundance mindset. Vibrate love. Vibrate joy. Do the things that make you happy. Remember, if it's anything that doesn't align with the reality that you want to live, what are we going to say? When anything that doesn't align with the reality that you want to live, what are we going to say? If it doesn't align with us, let's see who remembers. What are we going to say when anything that does not work and is not looking like what we want it to? What is it? It's not my reality. This is not my reality. This is not my reality. It's not my reality. It's not my reality. Everything works in my favor. Even the things that look like they're not going to work in your favor, even those things are going to work in your favor. Everything works in my favor. Everything works in my favor. Everything I touch to gold. God is guiding every single step. God will never put a vision in your heart that he didn't know that you could accomplish. Every vision that you have, every desire that you have, God gives it to you because he knows you can do it. Every struggle that you're going through is meant to grow you. It's not meant to break you. Nothing is meant to break you. Everything is meant to grow you. Change your perspective, because like we always say, and I'll wrap it up with this, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. All right, guys. So with that being said, that wraps up today's call. I appreciate you guys so much, man. For real. Just to go over it last time, the 4 ways, the 4 ways to use the law of non-resistance. Number 1, we said, whatever you resist, it persists. Number 2, flow with life. Don't force it. Number 3, use words and thoughts as weapons of peace. And number 4, non-resistance unlocks miracles. I can't wait to see the miracles that God performs in all of our lives over the next couple of months. Wake up every day and tell yourself, I expect miracles. I am getting miracles and I expect miracles. Watch what happens to you. So I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a little prayer for us that I do at the end of every call. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. If you haven't liked this video, leave a comment, show some love, share this with a friend. These calls are free, guys. So the only way that you could really show me some love and some support right now is by liking the video, subscribing, sharing it with somebody, leaving a comment below so it can help the algorithm. Next thing you know, we're going to be doing a community here soon. I'm working on a couple of things to make sure that we're intentional with how we create the inner circle that I'm going to be creating. But just know that big things are coming. All right. So quick prayer and we're out of here. Father, Lord, I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of the whole entire community. We are all feeling so blessed and so excited for the month of May. We know that the month of May is going to be a month filled with miracles. It's going to be a month filled with amazing things. All of our hands are open to receiving. We're excited to give even more and good energy out there. So we thank you for your protection. We thank you for our health. We thank you for our families. We thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, everything that you're doing in our lives right now, Father. We thank you. We thank you for removing the things in our life that are no longer serving us. We thank you for removing the things in our life that are not a part of our reality. You are a part of our reality. And when you're a part of our reality, is only abundance, is only joy, love, freedom, empowerment, anything that has to do with you, Father. That's the vibration and the consciousness that we want to live in. And we're just so excited that you are our leader and our Lord. So we thank you so much for everything. Keep working through us. We're going to be the example that we want to see in the rest of the world. We're going to continue to build in the kingdom. We're committed to it. We love you. We appreciate you. We give you all the praise and all the love. In your name we pray. Amen. 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 Let's run it up. I'm excited. The prayers are powerful. Man, these calls, this is a job right here. I love these calls. I feel like God is just working, fam, for real, for real. God is really, really, really working right now. So is it just me or do you guys feel it as well? Like, I don't know. There's just this energy right now hugging me. And like, there's just this energy that I feel that's like, so many amazing things are about to happen for us in May. Like, I swear, I feel the miracles. Like, I feel them. Like, I feel them. I'm like, yo, guys, open your hands. This month, we're going to receive. Please open your hands this month because we're going to receive. This is the month for the miracles. This is the month for the miracles. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I see you guys tomorrow. Again, tomorrow's the last day of the week, and we'll run it up tomorrow, 10 a.m. Instagram, YouTube, and let's run it up, fam. Love you guys. God bless you guys. Let's have a great day. Sheesh.